Hello and welcome back to Budget Bites.
Yay!
I'm Erin Zepp, dietitian,
Leah Brooks, behavioral health.
and we are coming to you from the Weight Loss and Wellness Center break room today.
Yay! Change of scene.
Change of scene. Happy back to school. As of filming, this is the end of August 2019, and I don't know about you, but life has been rough for us.
It's been rough.
We usually have everything set up and we are in an actual kitchen, but today we are totally busted.
Done.
Busted.
Yep.
We had a change in my family. My kid started daycare,
Yeah.
and so he misses me, which is wonderful.
Yeah.
But all night long, all he wants to do is just sit on the couch with me and snuggle. So dinner has been a bit of a struggle.
Right.
For
Absolutely.
the last couple weeks, and so
Good that you're taking that time to do that. Wonderful.
we obviously needed a new strategy in my house, and so we thought maybe you guys could be using a new strategy as well. So what are we making, Leah? Because this is your recipe.
This is my recipe because we too are kind of facing that back to school thing, and I'm gonna be honest, it's just pre-K, and it's not even next to as complicated as regular school.
You haven't even started like sports yet.
Right. We're not even there. I thought about it for a hot minute, and it was like, no, can't even. So we're still kind of getting into shift. So this is actually a recipe that we go to pretty frequently in our family. It's a convenience recipe, very quick and simple.
And it's cheap too.
It's cheap, so cheap.
The whole thing right here, I did the grocery shopping for it. It ended up in less than $10.
$9.66.
So,
Something like that, yeah.
So per serving, because we're using 2 pounds of chicken, so that should be at least 6 servings.
$1.60 per
$1.60 or so.
Yeah, so very convenient, and this is including the veggies and such. And that is, and this is chicken and dumplings in a crock pot. So one pot meal, set and forget, great for back to school.
One thing that I really love about crockpot meals is that set and forget, but also one thing I like about chicken in the crockpot is that you can go high for 4 hours.
Yep.
Or you can go low for more like 6 to 7, maybe 8, depending on how hot your crockpot runs. And so one thing I wanted to talk about chicken in the crockpot, there actually is a USDA standard not to start from frozen chicken to go in the crockpot.
Gotcha.
But when they wrote that standard, they were really talking about frozen bone-in chicken. Okay?
That does make a difference.
Because the whole point is food safety, right? And what food safety is all about is preventing bacteria growth. And what I'm doing here is just trimming off the icky pieces of the chicken. To save money, I always get the least processed boneless, skinless chicken breast.
Very smart.
And so sometimes you gotta trim some stuff.
Sometimes you have to do a little processing yourself.
Hey, save money, not time, right? So since this is going to cook on high for 4 hours, it's not going to stay in the temperature danger zone where that bacteria is going to grow for long enough for my bacteria to grow. So I'm just really not worried about my chicken going in frozen, and which is an excellent time saver. This is something that you could totally start with in the morning and hit go. And then just really set and forget. If it's on low all day, I go home to walk my dog during lunch, and so I would probably not even start it till lunch. I've definitely put crockpot meals together.
That's pretty great.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's perfect. Lunchtime, break time, and this comes together so quickly. Okay.
So we got 2 pounds of chicken in the crockpot. What's next?
Perfect. We can really start dumping in any order. You want to save the biscuits for last, but we're
And
gonna.
let's put those off to the side.
Right. Okay. Let's put those off to the side.
Okay. So what I have here, we got some seasonings. Let's put that directly on the chicken. Get that nice and seasoned. This is a half tablespoon. We put 3 of those. Using minced onion dried today because I don't like the way raw onion tastes in a crock pot.
Right.
It gets really oniony, really raw, kind of like rough. Also, dried garlic powder, super cheap, easy way to add things. I'm putting a 1/4 teaspoon of that in.
I'm a little heavy with my seasoning, so just see me take an extra dip. That's why.
Notice we are not adding. Put 2 of those of that poultry seasoning in there. So she's putting a tablespoon of poultry seasoning in there for 2 pounds of chicken. Putting
2 of these teaspoons.
well, that's a half tablespoon. So
2
of those.
I've never seen a half tablespoon. I need one of these in my life.
Dietitians have good tools.
I always kind of wing it.
That's a half tablespoon. So this is smelling really good.
It is.
It's smelling kind of like Thanksgiving.
Yes, and this is a very good like fall, warm, comforting dish. It's really gonna make your home feel cozy when you get home. So when things are kind of hectic and getting back into routine, it's really great for things kids will want to eat. You know, you're not gonna have to fight that whole. You're a new food, let's try this. It's comfort.
There
food.
is nothing weird in this dish.
Okay, very nutritious.
So then let's start off with our chicken broth next.
Yes, absolutely.
This is a low sodium chicken broth.
Absolutely.
Not sodium free. If you wanted to use a stock, you certainly could. That would be less sodium. A lot of times, read your labels. Always read your labels.
Absolutely.
Store brand, half that carton in there.
Absolutely.
This is gonna be really juicy.
It is. It is like a chicken and dumpling, kind of half soup, kind of stewy
A stew?
type dish. A stew. It is a stew type dish. The chicken will kind of shred up when it's done cooking. I'm really horrible at
That's
eyeballing.
good. The chicken's gonna get a lot of it. Will too.
It will.
All right. So let's put that on top.
Yes.
Let's talk about vegetables.
Yes.
Balanced plate is the hardest thing to think about when we're talking about a crock pot.
Yes.
So remember how I had my chicken right here?
Yes.
I got my biscuits right here.
Mm-hmm.
My biggest pile
Mm-hmm.
is my vegetables.
Wonderful.
Okay? I got a whole thing of cauliflower. It's
Wonderful.
store brand, cost me $1.
Mm-hmm.
It is very white, which is appropriate for the chicken and dumplings.
Wonderful.
Got some carrot for color.
Perfect.
And a can of no salt added canned green beans.
Wonderful.
You can get store brand, 49 cents. No troubles, no muss, no fuss.
Perfect.
Half of the stuff in this crock pot liner is vegetables.
That's wonderful.
So if we extrapolate that to our balanced plate, half my plate is vegetables.
And that really blew my mind when you brought that up, because I've always thought about, gosh, I've got this one pot meal, how does that translate when I scoop it out onto my plate? I never thought to think about it before it even went to the crock pot.
If you're being served something and it ends up on your plate and you're looking at it, you can kind of eyeball it and be like, okay, this is mostly mashed potatoes, or this is mostly meat, and kind of figure out what you need to add there. But when you're the one cooking, you get to make that decision, how much goes in here. As long as half your volume going into the dish is non-starchy vegetables, half your plate will be.
That's fantastic. Good rule of thumb. That's really great. Excellent.
Top it off with the cream of chicken soup, and then we're gonna hit go.
Yes. Awesome.
Okay. Don't have to be too, don't have to be too neat here. It's gonna spread out. I got the condensed healthy, is what it says on the label.
It says healthy on it.
It says healthy. That basically means lower sodium.
Okay,
I looked at the store brand, I looked at the name brand, I looked at the regular of both of those. The store brand healthy version, low sodium, ended up being about half the salt. We did put some chicken broth in there, but we got the lower sodium one. We did put the cream of chicken soup in there, but we got the lower sodium one. Frozen boneless skinless chicken breast is just gonna have sodium. Because chicken breast on its own is a very dry meat.
Right.
For budget bites purposes, that's pretty cool because it's $1.90 a pound. I can make that stretch for my $1. But there is some salt in there, so we gotta make some thoughts. No salt added green beans, cauliflower no salt, carrots no salt. So we're really paying attention to the salt level, and we did not add any salt with the seasonings.
Just seasonings too.
So, would I serve this to my grandma with congestive heart failure?
No.
Maybe not. It's a lot of convenience products, because when the biscuits go on top, they also will have a little bit of sodium in there too. But would I serve it to my otherwise healthy family members? You betcha.
Yeah.
But something to think about. If I have a convenience meal on the table on Tuesday night, probably gonna want to think more like lower salt, maybe for a couple days after that.
Yeah. It sounds like it's one of those trade-offs that if you need something quick, salt's gonna be one of the trade-offs, but not something to go to every night of the week.
Well, convenience often comes with salt. And we do want to be conscious of our salt. So just making the best of food that we can, using the lower salt products is good.
That's where the importance of meal planning comes in. Knowing that this is going to come in on a Tuesday,
Sure.
making accommodations on a busier or a less busy night to make up for that night.
Have you ever made dinner at work before?
I have not.
Me neither. It's a new time, but
I'm kind of thinking this might be a new trend.
as long as we can work it into our Facebook Lives and other videos that we do here, it'll be good.
That's good.
All right, we're gonna hit go on this. 4 hours on high, and we will see you later. All right, to finish this up, and we'll get it.
Kind of sitting on top, but what we want to do now is this is looking a little bit separated. The magic of the stir. Here we go. We're going to want to just stir this up and start to break up the chicken a little bit, the dough. All right, so now got your chicken broken up a little bit. You are going to want to, let's clean up our scissors just a bit. Budget bites, no unitaskers in this kitchen. we took our can of biscuits and we separated them out. And as you can see, we pre-cut some of those, but you just want to cut these biscuits into quarters. In half, and then in half again. Hard to do with some food service gloves. Alrighty, but what you want to do is start to just separate them out. If you do it ahead of time and you refrigerate them, they might stick together. You just want to pull those apart and start dropping them in. Go ahead and throw them top of the slow cooker. Grab a big clump and just drop them in just like you would dumplings. Plop, plop, plop. It's gonna form like a top crust, almost like a shepherd's pie or a pot pie. They're gonna spread out into an even layer, all right? Now, before you put the lid down, you don't wanna completely mix them and stir them in, but you do wanna just press them under the surface of the liquid, just to get them covered. No stirring, don't push them to the bottom. You just wanna coat them. See how that seasoning kind of covers the top? That is going to give you the best result at the end. So what's gonna happen is they're gonna puff up and they're gonna come up out of the liquid and they're gonna be covered in that seasoning and they will bake up and get so golden. You will love the end result. So lid back on and cook for another hour.
All right, so here we are, and our biscuits are brown on top, and everything's looking just so good. Oh, wow, you guys. That's nice and juicy. Let's see what I got here. All right, got some good chicken and vegetables. Gonna put that in my bowl here. Top it with the biscuit. And there you have it, a very nice back to school crock pot family meal.